Oh,
Tá,
God.
vamos lá.
Okay, so your book's on page 77. The activity today might be a little longer, than usual. So maybe today we are only going to spend on page 77. Maybe, if you guys collaborate and you are creative. On 77 we have, you and your associates are thinking of setting up a startup. The first thing you need is an idea. Fill out this Venn diagram to find your product at the center. So since we only have 3 people online, Lucas, Thiago, and Maria, we are going to use you as one group for now. If Ryan and Maria come, they can work in pairs together. And if only one of them come, then we can separate you guys in pairs. But what I want you to do is I want you to really be creative and think about a product that you can develop and sell, work with. So in this Venn diagram, we have new products we could develop, products people desperately need, and products that are easy to sell. Since this is an activity that's based on creativity, you don't need to worry about reality. So let's say, for example, that, one thing that people desperately need is,
New president.
yeah, sure. But that's not a product we can work with. Let's imagine here's
Food.
one thing that people desperately need, and it doesn't have to be realistic. What I'm saying is you can be creative and go to science fiction, go to things we could use, but our technology isn't capable of creating yet. Imagine the technology is capable. Imagine that we have everything that it takes to create whatever product you can think about.
Okay.
So product people desperately need and products that are easy to sell. After you decide on a product, you're going to think about what solution does your product or service offer and to whom? How much will it cost to produce? What will be the retail price? So the retail price is how much you are going to sell it for. So sell for how much? What profit margin do you need? Where will people find and buy your product? What is the total amount of money to get the operation off the ground? So to start the operation, how much money do you need? How will you get this money? From investors, from going to the bank and asking for money? It's your decision. How long into your break-even point? Do you remember what is the break-even?
Nope.
The break-even
Probably
point
not.
Okay, the break-even point is the moment where you paid for your investment. For example, investment. I'm going to start a company, and to start this company, I need 100,000 reais. This is the money that I need. And then I take this money, I start my company, I start selling things, I start working, and then after 2.5 years, I am capable of making 100,000 reais. So the break-even point is the moment that the company gives me back the money that I invested. I get from the company, from the work that I'm doing, the money that I invested. This is the break-even point. And finally, what will be the name of the company? Oh, now we have Maria Eduarda. So we have 2 pairs to work here, okay? So basically that's it. Like I said, be creative. You don't need to be realistic. So for example, we want to create flying cars. Go for it. Imagine we have the technology. Imagine we have all the possible things necessary to do that. So I want you to be really creative. Let me see. I am going to pair Maria and Maria, Lucas and Thiago. Because I think Thiago and Lucas are a good balance.
Yeah,
Lucas
we are.
yes. Lucas participates very much. Thiago doesn't like participating very much. Are you there, Thiago? Can you hear me?
No, thank you.
Do you agree with me, Thiago? Do you think you and Lucas are a good balance?
You said I needed to agree.
No, you don't need to agree. But do you think you make a good pair, or do you prefer a different pair?
I'm with a useless. Yeah.
Okay.
I going with the oracle.
Okay. Oh, wait. So let me separate you guys here. So, like I said, for this activity, we may need a little more time because you need to really think about the options there. You need to think about the product and everything that you need for to answer all the questions there. So let me just separate here, Lucas, Thiago. Oh, now we have Ryan together. Maria, Maria. Let me see. Where am I going to place Ryan?
Me, with me.
With
Oh
you?
God.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I'm going to place Ryan with Lucas and Thiago. Wait.
Yeah.
Give me patience.
Okay, I have to start all over again because Ryan is not appearing here.
Oh, shit.
Okay, now it is. He is. Okay, Ryan, Thiago, and Lucas, and then the other one, Maria and Maria. Ryan, the boys will explain to you what you have to do. It's on page 77, okay?
Uh-huh.
Everybody understand? Maria and Maria, do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
I'm here after the explanation, but
You understand a little. Okay, Maria can help. But just to be clear, I'm going to repeat. You need to go to page 77, and that activity on page 77 is your guide. You need to imagine a product that you can create, you can develop, and you can sell. The difference here is that you don't have to think about realistic. So you don't need to be realistic. Oh, we need to think about a problem that a product that exists. No, if you want to create flying cars, go ahead and create flying cars. Be creative and create anything that you want. After you think about the product, you're going to think about the details of your operation. So they are the questions on activity number 2. So you're going to try to answer those questions so that you can really imagine that you are creating a business, you are creating a company. So let's go ahead. I'll give you some minutes, but I will check in on you every now and then so I can see where you are. Please accept the invitations for the room. Hello.
Hi.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well, my internet connection was unstable, so I disconnected, but now I'm back. But I think some people left. Let me see here. We have Thiago still and Maria Duarte, but I think Lucas was also disconnected. Let's wait for a moment.
This was my case too.
Oh, okay.
My internet fall.
Okay. Let's see if they come back. There are still some seconds to go. Okay. Now everybody's back except for Lucas. I think it was a connection problem. Oh, yes, Lucas Felcho. He's coming back already. All right, did you have time to talk about everything?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Let me open here the book. Okay, so let's start with the girls. Marias, what was your product?
Well, our product is the pencil that writes by itself.
Oh, very interesting. What solution does your product or service offer and to whom? Who do you think would be the best users of your pen?
You don't have to write anymore. Use your hand. It's faster. And students, teachers, and everyone who work with writing stuff can use it.
Okay, perfect. How much will it cost to produce?
It will be $3,000.
What will be the retail price? So how much are you going to sell the pen?
$4,000, almost five.
Okay. What profit margin do you need?
It's 60%.
Okay. Where will people find and buy your product?
Technology stores on our website.
So to start the company, how much money do you need?
Well, what?
What is the total amount of money to get the operation off the ground?
It is sort of $10,000.
Okay. How will you get this money?
Or we can win on the lottery, or work and have the money.
Okay, win the lottery. How long until you break even point?
It will be 1 year.
Okay. What will be the name of the company?
Maria's technology.
Okay, perfect. Boys, what is your product?
I lost connection.
Okay, you were talking.
We didn't have too much time to think about because our internet fall, I think. But our project is backpacking.
Okay.
That
What?
would work as a doctor, as a secretary, and as something that can do a lot of things, I think.
Okay. All right. What solution does your product or service offer and to whom? Think about it right now. Voice?
Yay! I lost connection, so I figured out I was out of the activity. It's just because I still keeping quiet.
Okay, so you didn't talk to the guys about it.
I think could prevent domestic accidents. You know, people who fall off something somewhere and broke a leg or something like that could be helped by this backpacking. You know, backpack could call the ambulance or stuff like that, or take care of the person.
Okay. And how much do you think this cost? How much do you think it would cost to produce this product?
I guess $400.
Okay. What will be the...
No, go ahead. We explain after.
Okay. What will be the retail price? So how much are you going to sell it?
So for beginner of the selling, I guess 715, because it's a prototype of the product that we're building up. As Ryan has said before, is a backpacking that will include some technology stuff. For example, we have GPS, we have maps, and we have an app you can use as a guide. And imagine a backpacking with technology stuff, just like that. You carry a battery because to give power to the backpack, and all electronic device you carry on your backpack. For example, if you carry a notebook, cell phone, you can just plug it up in your backpack to fit it, and that's it. That's the explanation of our.
Okay. Okay, so let's skip some questions here. What do you think is the total amount of money to get the operation off the ground, to start your company?
Do you have any idea, boys? Consider the fact to produce the backpacking, our part would be more improved in software and not in hardware at all. So I guess $20,000.
Okay. And the name of the company? I'm sorry, Ryan, what were you saying?
No, I think $10,000.
$10,000?
Yeah.
Can you get me the mirror? 15? A gente está barganhando qual vai ser o preço da companhia.
Yeah.
You bargain hard, Ryan. What about 15?
What about the name of the company? What would you call it?
The philosopher Thiago.
The backpack.
Yeah.
All right, very good. We have time to start the next part of activity. So let's go to the next page. Things we should also know about sentence stress. So a few activities ago, we talked about stress inside sentences, like what are the focus words and so on. In this activity, you're going to listen to these sentences and circle the focus words. So we have 6 sentences, and you're going to circle the words that are the most stressed in each sentence. For this part, I'm going to share only my audio because I think my internet connection is not very good. So I think it will be better this way. So listen and circle the most stressed word in each sentence.
Unit 5, Sound Spot 2. Things we should also know about sentence stress. Activity 1. Number 1. I don't have a talent for business. Music is what I do best. Number 2.
I am opening a school.
Number 3.
Is this your plan?
Yes, it is.
Number 4.
When I first went into business, I didn't really know what to do. Now that I'm more experienced, I can see more clearly the direction I want to take.
Number 5.
I'm not going into business with you.
Number 6.
Sorry, I can't.
Unit 5, Sound Spot 2. Things we should also know about sentence stress. Activity 1. Number 1. I don't have a talent for business. Music is what I do best. Number 2.
I am opening a school.
Number 3.
Is this your plan?
Yes, it is.
Number 4.
When I first went into business, I didn't really know what to do. Now that I'm more experienced, I can see more clearly the direction I want to take.
Number 5.
I'm not going into business with you.
Okay, let's check.
Number 6.
Sorry.
There you go. In number 1, business and music. In number 2, I. In number 3, this is. 4, business, no, experienced and clearly. And 5, you, and sorry, can't. And 6, can't. Okay, for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Second part. Oops. Think about the stress on the words music, I, this, no, and you in activity 1. Then complete this definition using the options below the box. So we have letter A, any word it needs, or only content words they need. So can be chosen as the focus word when, to be stressed in order to highlight a comparison or contrast, or even to clarify ideas. This is the correct answer. So any word can be chosen as the focus word when it needs to be stressed in order to highlight a comparison or contrast, or even to clarify ideas. How does this work? In sentence with normal structures, so in normal structures of sentence, we have specific words that can be structures. We have specific words that can be the focus words. Those words are the verbs, the nouns, the adjectives, and the adverbs. But when we are talking about spoken English, when we are talking about normal speech and normal conversations, I can stress any word I want depending on what I want to say. Example, let's take a look at this sentence, I like ice cream. In this sentence, I would stress the verb and the noun. I like ice cream. So these would be the two words that be stressed, and we would say it with a little more emphasis. However, I can stress it in a different way, depending on what is my intention. The intonation can also represent the intention. So for example, if I do, I like ice cream, I am kind of implying that it's not someone else who likes ice cream. It's me. I like ice cream, okay? If I stress, I like ice cream, I am implying that maybe someone said that I don't like ice cream. So I'm emphasizing I like ice cream, okay? And if I emphasize on ice cream, I can say I like ice cream. So I can have the implicit intonation that I don't like yogurt, I like ice cream, okay? It's like in Portuguese, like, não, eu gosto de sorvete, não é o fulano, sou eu. Eu gosto de sorvete. Eu não gosto, eu não gosto de sorvete, eu gosto de sorvete. Não, eu gosto de sorvete, não é de iogurte, é de sorvete. So the intonation also changes the meaning of a sentence, and I can change my intonation according to what I want as the meaning of my sentence. And just to finish our class for today, I want you to identify here on the activity number 3, identify the focus words in this conversation. Remember, if the sentence has no second messages, mark the last content word. If the sentence has an intentional message, compare, contrast, clarify, and etc., mark the word that shows that intention. So since it's already 8:42, I'm going to turn off now, but I want you to finish this activity here. Only this part. You're going to identify the focus words in the conversation and circle or underline, you decide. So we are going to turn off, we're going to say goodbye and turn off, and you're going to just finish this activity, and the next class we are going to start the class by correcting this activity here, okay?
Sure.
All right, guys, so thank you very much for the class. I will see you next week on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, Nicole. Thanks. See ya.
See ya.